Namaste children, how are you? I hope all of you are well and fine. So today we are going to start the new chapter of science, that is chapter 4, Plant Around Us. Children, do you remember what we learned in our previous chapters? Yes, just before this we have learned about flowers and fruits, and in which we learned about different kind of flowers and fruits. And in this chapter we have to learn about different plants which used to grow in different places. Children, different plants which used to grow in different places are of different size and shapes also. So if you watch our surroundings, you will get different shaped plants and trees. Have you ever visited any hilly area, children? So there you found conical shaped tree, and in plain areas we used to see very big trees having so many branches with many leaves also. Likewise, if you visit to a desert area, you will see different qualities of cactus. And sometimes we, by passing through a pond or a lake, sometimes we often see lotus plant that used to grow in the water. So in this chapter we will know about different kind of plants which grow in different landforms as well as water also. Now let's have a look on a given picture. So this is the picture of a cactus plants, and this is lotus. Here the tree on plain areas is picturized, and here a tree of hilly area that is conical in shape is picturized. So this is the starting of the chapter. In different places different kind of trees are found. Here an activity is given in this chapter, but you have to do this activity after completing the chapter. So we will discuss on this activity after completing the whole chapter. Children, let's start this chapter. Plants that we usually used to see are of two types. The first type is terrestrial plants. Terrestrial plants means those plants which used to grow on the land. Terrestrial, that is terrestrial. Terrestrial plants means plants which used to grow on land. Those plants are called terrestrial plants, and there are many different type of terrestrial plants. So before going to the terrestrial plants, let's know what is habitat. Habitat is a place, it is a natural home of living which the living things used to live most comfortably. Can you answer me one question? So what is the habitat of a bird, or where does a bird used to live comfortably? Yes, you are right. It is the nest where the birds used to live comfortably. So it is called habitat. The place where a living thing lives most comfortably is called its habitat. The habitat is thus a natural home for a living thing. So children, now let's go through the terrestrial plants. Terrestrial plants means plants which used to grow on land, and there are different landforms on which different kind of plants we will learn. First of all, we will learn about those plants which are found on hills. Pine, devdar, kedar, spruce and fir are some of the plants which used to grow on hills. These plants are tall and straight. So this is the structure or feature of the plants which are found on hilly areas, that these are tall and straight and generally have a conical shape. These tall, straight and green conical trees makes hill appear green and beautiful. I hope all of you know about conical shape. Have you seen, all of you are well known about birthday caps. Those caps are conical in shape. Likewise, the trees which are found on hilly areas are conical in shape. Let's have a look on the given pictures of some kind of trees which are in conical shape and they are found in hilly areas. First tree is tree of pine, it is pine tree. Second is devdar tree and the third is spruce tree. So all these three trees are having conical shapes. Children, do you know why these trees are in conical shape? These trees are in conical shape because there is a snowfall on the hilly areas and the leaves of these trees are very narrow and needle-like and they do not allow the snow to lift on the leaves and the snow used to slip from the trees and in this way there is no snow on the trees and these trees are conical in shape. Their leaves are narrow and needle shaped. The conical shape of these trees does not allow snow to get deposit on them. So, this is the trees which are found on the hilly areas. Let's pronounce one more time the names of the trees which are found here. Those are pine, devdar, kedar, spruce and fir. So these trees name you have to memorize because these are the trees which are found on the hilly areas. Now the next thing is which kind of leaves of these trees are having. The leaves of these trees are narrow and needle shaped. You must remember this thing also. Now let's go to the next kind of tree that are plants on plains. Children, now we are talking about those plants or trees which are found on the plain areas and plain areas where we used to live. We used to live in the northern plains of India. So in the plain areas opposite or differ to the hilly plants, the trees are not in conical shape. There is no snowfall because it is a plain area and these trees are very big, dense and having much branches. Peepal, banyan, mango, sal, shisham are some of the plants found in plain areas. These plants grows having many branches in them. Let's have a look on the given picture. This is peepal tree. Have you seen the peepal tree, peepal leaf? Then banyan tree. Then comes the mango tree. All of you have seen, I hope. Then comes the shisham tree. Very well organized it is. Shisham tree is also found in plain areas. And mango trees, I hope all of you have seen. Then banyan trees is also very common in these areas. Then peepal tree, that is very common and seen by all of you, I hope. So these trees are found in the plain areas and they are not in conical shape. Now let's go to the next kind of trees. Plants of hot and wet region. Children, two words we are able to see here. First is hot and second is wet. Hotness comes through the sun. So where light is enough, hot is enough and wet means water is also enough. In such regions, in such areas, some different kind of trees are found. Let's know about those trees, those plants which are found in hot and wet regions. Trees like teak, rubber, coconut are found in hot and wet regions. These generally have a large number of leaves. They shed their leaves gradually. Hence, they are called evergreen trees. Children, evergreen means always green. So, these trees gradually shed their leaves because of they get enough water and heat to grow. They are very dense and they are having mostly more leaves on them, and the leaves appears always green. Plants like pepper, cotton, rice and banana also grow in hot and wet region. Now let's have a look on the given picture. This is teak tree, this is rubber tree and this is coconut tree. So these trees needs more hot and wet areas to grow, and that's why the leaves of such kind of trees are gradually shed their leaves and they appear always green. So they are also called evergreen trees. Now let's go to the next kind of plants. Now this is a well known plant. I hope in the previous chapter you have learned about marshy areas tree, and that tree is known as mangrove. Mangroves you have learned. I hope in that chapter where you have learned about the roots, that fibrous root, and there you also learn about these mangrove trees. So mangroves grow in marshy soil. Children, what do you mean by marshy? Marshy means muddy, means wet structure, means paste like structure. It is not fully watery but muddy, full of mud. So in such kind of soil, in such kind of marshy areas, mangrove trees are used to grow. These plants develop special root for breathing, as their main underground roots do not get sufficient oxygen from the soil, and that's why portion of these roots come out of the soil above the water level to take oxygen from the atmosphere, and the roots are also called breathing roots, as they do not get sufficient oxygen inside the mud, and that's why they comes out to get proper oxygen from the atmosphere, and that's why they are called these roots are also called breathing roots. And some these roots are also called aerial roots. Let's have a look on the picture. Here is mangrove trees which used to grow in marshy areas. Now the roots used to come out to take oxygen from the atmosphere. They used to come out from the soil, and the another name of this root is aerial root, AERIAL, aerial roots. Do you know a marsh is a very wet muddy area on the land? So this is mangrove tree, and now let's go to the next kind of tree, that are plants on desert areas. Desert areas are very hot. They are sand areas where water is available in very small quantity, and the specialty of these cactus tree or cactus plants is they are able to grow and develop in very little water. So cactus grows in deserts and it can survive in soil that has very little water. It has green stem and well developed roots. Children, usually in a tree we see brown colored stem, but in this cactus plant, the cactus plant is here given in the picture. You see here, they are top to bottom, they are green. They appear in green color, their stem are in green. And one more thing, that there are no leaves. At the places of leaves they are having spines. They are having spines, and it is soft and fleshy. Why? Because the stem stores the water. In cactus, the stem used to store the water, and it is soft and fleshy, and cactus plants have spines instead of leaves. It has no leaf. Look here. It appears green and it has no leaves, and instead of leaves it has spines in them. And where does the water stored? The water is stored in the stem. Okay children, now these are the plants which are found in terrestrial. These are in the terrestrial plants which are found on land areas. Terrestrial plants are those plants which are found on land areas, and there are 5 kinds of such plants as we learned here. The first was plants on hilly areas. The second is plants on plains. The third is plants on of hot and wet regions. The fourth is plants of marshy areas, and the fifth one is plants of desert areas. Children, now let's learn about the aquatic plant. Before learning aquatic plant, have a look on do you know. Do you know aqua means water and aquatic means existing or happening in water. Now all of you well understood the meaning of aquatic. Aqua means water and aquatic means existing or happening in the water. Now let's learn about aquatic plants. In this category we have to learn about 3 plants. The first is floating aquatic plant, the second is fixed aquatic plant, and the third is another category, that is underwater plants, in which we have to learn about hydrilla. First of all, we will learn about free floating plants. Have a look on a picture. This is the picture of water cactus and here water hyacinth. So these are free floating plants which used to float on the water. One more plant that is called duckweed, and they used to float on water. They do not need any surface to grow on because they used to float. They are air-filled cavities in their leaves, and not only in their leaves but in their stems also. And these cavities make them light and help them to easily float on the water. Cavities means what? Cavities means a space. Some hole like the structure, some space is there, and that's why they look at this appears spongy, and so that the leaves come lighter. The weight of the leaves appears lighter, and that's why they used to float on the water. Here water cactus, water hyacinth and duckweed are found freely floating over the water surface. They are not attached to the surface, and they have air-filled cavities in their leaves and stems. These cavities means these spaces make them light in weight and help them to easily float on the water surface. So these are called free floating plants. The next category is the category of fixed aquatic plant. Lotus and water lily. We used to see that a straight flower, straight standing in the water bodies like pond, lake, etc. So lotus and water lily are examples of fixed aquatic plants. They are called fixed because they do not float, they do not change their place. Such plants are attached to the pond bed because such kind of plants need surface to grow on. Floating plants does not need any surface, any bed to grow on, but these plants are attached to the pond bed. They have stems with holes and their leaves are broad. Now let's have a look on a broad leaf of lotus and water lily. The leaves are broad. Have you ever seen the lotus flower bloomed in the water? Yes. Then you have also seen the leaves of such kind of flowers. These flowers are lotus and water lily, and they are having broad leaves floating on the water. Look at them. They appear like floating, but they are fixed from the pond bed or lake bed wherever they are found because they need surface to grow on. Such plants are attached to the pond bed. They have stems with holes and their leaves are very broad, means big. The stems of lotus, commonly known as Kamal Kakdi, is eaten as a vegetable. Now children, in our previous chapter we have learned about some flowers and some fruits which are usually eaten as a vegetable, and here we are going to know that the stem of lotus is a flower, and the stem of lotus, that is commonly known as Kamal Kakdi, is eaten as a vegetable. Now one more special plants about which we are going to know, that is called hydrilla, and hydrilla is a kind of plant which used to grow underwater. That is why this is called underwater plants. First of all, we will learn about the aquatic plants like hydrilla. Hydrilla is having a special quality that it increases the oxygen content in the water and remove the carbon dioxide from it. Children, the oxygen is how much important for the living organisms. So oxygen content of water, and it increased by hydrilla inside the water, and it also used to remove carbon dioxide from it. This helps in making water suitable for fish and other aquatic animals, and also helps them to get enough oxygen. So hydrilla is the plant. Hydrilla is an example of a plant that grows under water. It has pointed and strap-like leaves. It has pointed and strap-like leaves. So this is the fact about hydrilla, and in today's learning we have learned about these two categories of plants. Those are terrestrial plants and aquatic plants. Now let's move back to the activity that has been given in your book. Now one help box is provided here. Go through the help box, children, and complete the given activity. You have to fill the blanks. Pine trees are found on dash. Yes, it is on hills. Then cactus is found in, yes, you are right, it is desert. Then neem and banyan trees are found in, yes, it is plains. Then comes lotus and water lily are found in, yes, exactly, it is water. So do it in your copy and complete your homework by doing this. Okay, in the next chapter we will learn something more about the plants. Thank you children. Bye bye all of you.